discussed about a few things about the Python, what Python is, and what version in which we are working, what type of data types, different type of installation process, what type of interpreter we are using. So firstly we are discussing what we will discuss in this particular lecture is the different type of data types, which are float, boolean, string, and list. We will discuss all those data type one by one, so that everyone will be well known about those data type, and they will implement at your own PCs and laptops also. So I will start from the starting. Means if anybody is new in this particular Python programming, so he can see this lecture and he will implement all this program in his laptop. So we'll discuss all those things, different type of variables, expressions, statements, different type of preceding of operators. We will discuss one by one each and everything. So it is simple introduction about the Python is the high level language, and it is initially designed by Gerdo van Rossum in 1991. So generally it has now a two version has been out, Python 2 and Python 3. We are working in nowadays Python 3. Beginning of the Python programming, we need some interpreter to run this our script in which we are writing our program. So if you don't want to install any interpreter in your particular PC, then you can directly run your script from the online website, like that is geeks4geeks.org. That is there. That is provide integrated development environment. No need to install your any interpreter. You just run your script from there. And IDI1.com also there, CodePad also there. So these are some online interpreters there, because of and you can use those interpreter without installing in your PC. Some Python you can download some this Python software from the python.org, and you can also download the difference between the scripting language and the programming language. Why we are using the scripting language? Why it is trending nowadays? What benefits we have in this particular language, so that we can use in to develop the website and all those things. So the Python programming, a programming is languages that supports a script program written for a special runtime environment, that is automate the execution the task. In this, the speed is a little bit slow, but we can divide the script into the client side and the server side as well. Obviously, the code is it is a little bit easier to run as compared to the other programming languages like C. And we have some other scripting language also, that is JavaScript, Perl, PHP, and Python, Ruby. There's all are the scripting language, and nowadays we generally in the industry and the different type of companies and all are using those trending technology rather than the C or like this, because it is easier to learn, and anybody can learn within few days and implement their code and implement the website with the help of this particular scripting language. Instruction with those instruction we can compile at the last. That is a little bit faster than its interpreter, but it is a little bit harder to understand, and it can be divided into parts like low level language, high level language, like this. And it is also used to develop the mobile applications, desktop web applications. But scripting language is a little better and more user friendly, rather than the C and other programming language. That's why we are using Python, and it is very easy to understand also. So why we are using the Python language? There we have some benefits in the Python. Because of those benefits, we are using the Python. It has some object-oriented features like we have in the C++ polymorphism, overloading, multiple inheritance. He supported all those concepts of the object-oriented languages. And indentation is one of the latest features for this particular Python. It is free, open source, so you can manipulate, you can update it according to your project or your website. It has many other features also. You can use different type of libraries, different types of tools are there. User defined built tools are there. You can make user defined functions also. You can use all those things. Automatic memory management is also there, so that you have to use less memory rather than the other programming languages. It is portable, and one of more important features of is that it is easy to use and learn. When I will discuss this particular Python, I will discuss all the fundamental kinds of things for Python. So after this lecture, you can implement your own program and related to Python in your own way without helping any other. So it is very easy to learn. So this is the main feature of this particular language. And one more thing is that whenever you return the anything on the Python languages, you can write the code on this, in the scripting, and you can run one by one with the help of interpreter. So you will get all those details. Interactive programming language and a straightforward syntax we have. So this is the main features of the Python that can be used. That's why we are using Python nowadays. This is a simple installation process is there. So you can download the Python software from python.org and download it in simple. You can run all those. This is basic steps to download, and finally you can install the. This is the last screen you can see after installation. It means it will install. It was installed successfully. Okay, so what we are doing here, Python execution in this particular thing is that it firstly what we just write down the code in the source code in the particular script. Then firstly we need to convert into through the bytecode, and then it will be automatically run by the interpreter, and we'll get the particular script.py. So it will be executable file. So firstly source code will convert into bytecode, and then it will be interpreted by runtime automatically. Generally, two modes we are using for the Python interpreter: interactive and the scripting mode. Interactive mode means you can generally interactive mode you can write on the Python prompt itself. You just for the simple programming, when simple output you want to see, then you can just write down on the command line on the command prompt, and then you can see the output. So this is the simple interactive mode. For the example is that if you write anything in the print hello world, it will shows the hello words. No need to write, no need for the any script like this, no need for any scripting to write these programming lines. So you will get the output. Simple the list is you can write x equal to 0 1 2, then and you want to get the output, you just type x. It will shows the all the data what is stored in the particular memory location on x 1012. Same like this, if you print 2 plus 3, the output you will get 5. So this is the one of the screenshot of the Python script, Python prompt. Here you can write the anything, then it will show the output. For the small type of you can say if you want something, you want some small output, then you can use the Python prompt. Otherwise, you need some scripting mode in which you can write the program and you will run by interpreter, and then you will get the output as well. So simple things that. So directly we move on to the data type. What type of data type we are using? This is very much, if you compare this Python, then it is very much similar to the C programming. Means whatever we are using in the C, we are using here. The difference is that some syntax is different, and it is related. So that's why it is little bit popular as compared to the programming languages. So data type, already we have all those data types in the C. Same data type we are using like integer. We all know integer is the whole number, positive, negative, without decimal. So if you write anything in the print screen, print the number within the bracket, then output will show like this. And if you write 20, it will show the 20. If you write the binary code, binary numbers, that will show the 2 byte, it will take 2 bytes. If it is a hexadecimal, oh sorry, binary is 2. If this is a hexadecimal code, it shows it will take 32 bytes. If you write simple number, it will show the number like this. So it is a simple integer data type in which we are taking the alphanumeric numbers, but it is a number, so it should be positive or negative, anything you can use it. And if you want to know particular, if you know the if you want to know anything about the data, what type of data it is, then you can simply write the type. You can simply use the type functions. Means if you write simply use the type, and within the bracket you just write the data. It will show the what type of class it is, what type of data it is. This class is the integer. So same thing you can use in the float also and the other data type also. Here we can use 11, so it will show the what 11 is the type. Firstly it will show the type, and then it will print also the number 11. So this is the integer data type. Same thing we can do in the floating data type. In the floating data type we have the we have a floating number, and we can print those number like this integer. And if you want to find out the type of this particular number, what type of this number is, then you can use the type number. So it will show the what type of data it is, floating data type of class it is, and then it will show the output also. So you can do all those things in the integer and floating number also. These are the some examples we have. X equal to 35e, y equal to 12 e4, like this. We have some data in the variable xyz. If you want to know what type of data it is, what type of value we have in this particular variables xyz, so it will show that it will belongs to the class float. Okay, now move to the next type of the Boolean data type. As we all know, it is either two values, either true or false. So if anything you want to know it is true or false, you can, it will the as we all know, it is the continuous set of the character. Okay, so we should write all these string within the quotes. Either it will be on the single quotes or in double quotes. So if you want to write anything, if you want to print anything, string data type, then you should write print and the string whatever you have within the single quotes or in double quotes. So it will show the output same it is whatever we return in the print statement. And if you want to if you want to know the type of the particular string, that it will show that it belongs to the class string. Empty string will show the empty space out as output. So this is a simple examples of the string. No need to explain each and everything because it is a simple one, and we already discussed about those things. Slash we are using if you are write the print a slash b, so it will shows the output a dot dot b. This is a simple use of slash if you are using while in the print statement, escape statement we can say. You can use slash n also new line for the new line. So if you write the new line, then the output will get in the different line. That is the only thing we have. And these are the escape sequence. What are the use of this single simple black slash single quotes single new line double lines, all are using. So we can use all those things in the print statement, so that it will be used to find out, we'll get this systematic output with the help of those sequence or those symbols that is used for those purposes. Slash tab also we are using to give this space between the two output. Next one, we move into the list. Okay, this is the most widely used in the Python data structure. Actually, this is the list is a collection which is ordered and changeable and allows to duplicate members also. It will the grow and shrink as per your need, and its sequence type and sortable also. For the list, if you want to show the list, you have to declare it first, and do this using square bracket and separate value with the commas. So this is a simple list we have. We are using one variable, and this variable is list A, in which we are using all the values. These are the number also, they are the alphabet also. We all are using the number and separated by the commas, and then especially the character we are using the quotes. Yeah, either you are used to single quotes or double quotes, anything you can use. And if you want to print out all those particular this list one, it will shows the output like this. Okay. So if there's nothing in the list, then and if you want to give the if you store the list in the particular variable x and you want to print out the x, it will show the empty list because we have nothing in the list particular list. And then if you have some data in tuple 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, you want to store this in the list and gives the output in x. The x will show like this 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a simple list data structure. So what variables are? This is nothing like it is resolve the memory location variable. You can store the integer also. You can store the decimal also. You can store the string also. You can store also character also. You can store anything. And simply we have a rules to name the particular variable like this. See, it should be start with the letter on the underscore. It should not be start with the particular number alphanumeric character. We can use a capital A, small a, 09 and underscore, and it is case sensitive also. Those are the same rules to define particular variables. So these are the same, mostly are the same in the like C. So if you want to assign particular value to the variables, we use the assignment operator equal sign we use. So with the help of this operator, you can assign the value to the particular variable. For example, we have some example in this lineup. A, B, C, we have a value, integer value, float value, string value, all the value we have a different value. We want to print, then it will show the output like this one. Table like this, A, B, C means we have assigned the different value, numbers, and string also. So you can do this thing also in the Python. So it will show the variable output as per the variable and the sequence as well. This thing is that firstly we have the x the integer data type. We declare x value is 5, then we again declare this x value, and then we string data type. If we want to print x, then the obviously the last value will override the first one. So this thing is possible. If you want to combine the string or combine the data, combine the value of the particular value which is stored in the variable, then you can use plus symbol also. So in the printf, you are written here the Python is and plus x means whatever data is written, whatever value is written on the x variable, it will shows here, and the output will be the Python is the awesome. So it will use to concatenate the string and the data whatever we have in this particular program, which is combine and concatenate the particular string or data. This thing we can also do with the help of different variable also. We can store all this value, string value in the different variables, and then we can concatenate in the Z, and then we will print out the Z. So it will show the output Python is the awesome. So this thing we can do. We can do all those with the help this plus signal symbol we can use to see in the y variable. We can use the x plus 17 where you can assign the value of x, then it will add up, and then you can get the output. It means with the help of plus, you can add up the numbers also. So this is a simple thing you can do at your PC. This is a simple one. Same like this, we can do all those operation here where you assign the simple variable plus, and then you will get the output, whatever you output you want, it will type and the output will get. This is a simple one. Now we'll move into the next part of the expression. With the expression we have, this only contains the identifiers also, literals also, and so we will discuss the different type of identifiers, class, functions, variables, modules. How can we make those identifier, and how can you use those identifier in the particular programming languages? We'll discuss after the later on this particular lecture. Literals are also there. They are the language independent terms in the Python and should exist independent in any programming language. In Python, there are the string literals, byte literals, integer literals, floating point literals, and imagery literals also. Operators also, we have different type of operator we can use, like the C, like plus, minus, less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to. So all the operators what we have in these particular those things, add, multiplies. This is a simple one, remainder, modulus, shift, left shift, right shift. These are all the operators, and you are very well known about all those operators using in the Python and C also. These are the same operators. No need to worry about it. We can use the condition expressions also, means the condition statement also we can use in the Python, means whatever the value you are using, x equal to 1 if 2 and else. So if you are putting x, it will show the right value. Okay. And if you assigned any example, just a second. Okay. So this is the statement, simple assignment operator we are using to simple. We already we have equal to x equal to 10. It means the 10 value will assign to x. College assign the string values. If you want to print MICT college, means it will print like 70s. Precedence we have, if you have number, if you have some expression like this, so according to precedence, it will automatically calculate all the expression and it will give the output. Like we have this first, it will multiply 3 by 2, 3 multiplied 2, and then add up with the 7. So this will do, Python will do all the work according to precedence and you will get the output. We have the one example here, one more examples here. As per precedence, it will check all those things here. One more example is there. If you have five variable and all the variable A B C D E have a different value, we assign the different value of the variable, and then in the E statement is the one of the variable in which we have some expression. So as per the precedence rule, it will calculate the value and will give the output. Means firstly what we'll do is, firstly we have to add up a plus b and then divide by it. So as per the precedence, as per the, it will automatically calculate the value and we'll get the output like this. Okay. Now move to the next part is the comments. In the C, you can see we can use the backslash, double backslash to comment the line, the output of this particular thing. Now we move to the next part is module. So in this module, what we can do, actually in this particular module, we can call the values and you can access the values from the particular module, and you can use those things in this programming. So we have here simply for we starting from the simple one. We import this.
Okay, please ask at end of the session. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Actually, at present, I can't see the chat box, so then so that I cannot answer your query. So at the last, you can ask the query whatever you have. So it is better for all of you. So give the answer. See, so definitely from the other information, if whatever information do you want, you can write out the print statement is dot the version information, calendar dot month, whatever you want to know the month. So you want to check out the month of the particular calendar of particular month, you can write down the calendar month 2021-5 like this. So also check that it is leap year or not. So all those type of information you can check through this particular mode. Function we have, like the function statement, it will do the specific task and it will use to simply we are using the function to similar our program, or we can say we can, if you want to simply we can assign all the value in the particular function and we can use those output in the all the programs. So we can just keep our program smaller. For this we are using the functions, and this is functions are the simply more organized and the manageable way, so that we can use in many times in the program also. So we have a built-in functions also, and this user-defined functions also, and we can use those functions like firstly built-in functions we have like absolute, all, ANSI, Boolean, like this type of built-in function we have. With the help of those built-in function, we'll get the output as per the functions. And like the, for example, we have the integer value -20 we have, and we want to absolute value of the integer -20, so it will shows we are using AB as integer, it will shows the output 20. This is the absolute value. Other built-in function we also use. Some user-defined function we will make it and we will use in the particular programming also. So for example, we have using the one of the user-defined function add numbers. So firstly, we have to define def add numbers, and this we have to pass some argument, and then we'll check sum equal to x plus y and return sum. Means simply we are add up the number and we'll store in this number in particular some variables. So this is the simple add numbers function. If you need anywhere for this per add number or multiply number anything, then we directly call the add numbers with the arguments, and we'll get the output like this here. Print the sum is the add numbers 520, so it will automatically we will pass the value also, so it will call here add numbers call here, and we'll get the output 5 plus 20 equal to 25. So simply it is a user defined function. You will make a user defined function as per your suitability in the program. So flow of the execution, we have the order statement is executed is called the flow of executions. Obviously, it will beginning to the and top to bottoms will not alter the execution until unless the continue or break statement is found. Function calls is there. If any function call will there, then we will directly move to the function where it is defined. We will run all the function where it's defined, and then come up again the same location where the function has been called. This is the simple process or simple execution of the program. One of the examples we are here. We are actually this is all about the lecture mostly for the person who want to start working on the Python, yeah, who just start his work on the Python. So this is a particular introduction of the Python is more beneficial for those students or those uh, participants. So you just see these all those things, and you can implement all those functions and all those symbols for what we are using, functions we are using here. You can use it at your home, and first you install the Python and do all those things, do practice. It will very easy, and you can do it without any help. So now we have some uh, here simply we have some program to print welcome for the value x raised to 3, print x, and the good morning college. So here x range from 1 to 3, so it will print the value 0, 1 to 3, whatever print value x value here for 3 times, and then at last the good morning college. The simple loop is there. So it will start from here to here, welcome, then values, and then the good morning colleges. This is so how this this particular program is going on. Firstly, if you write down the step number, this is 1, 2, 3, or 4, then 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, and then 4. It will execute like this. The flow execution like this. Okay. So here the first step is this like this. So it will 3 4 3 4. So it will be up to you up to your marking. So it will going like this only. Uh, Now we have some snapshots of the program also. Here, this is the program snapshot, what we are written above simply, and you will get the output like this. And one of the another snapshot we have in this, which we have defined one of the function hello, and then two statements there in the particular hello function, that is good morning and the MRCT, and then simple lines of course there, print hi, print hello, and then hello is called and print done. We will start from here from the line number 5, hi hello is printed. Then in the 7th line function hello has been calling, so we directly move into the line number 2. Then good morning and MRCT will be typed, and then again we after the line number 4 we will move into the line number 8. It will be shown print done. So the output will be hi hello good morning MRCT done, like this. So the order of the execution is like this. Whenever any function is calling in between the program, we will move from the particular line where it has been called, and then directly move into the particular function where it is defined, and then execute all the lines for whatever return in this particular functions, and then move out from the same line, and then move continuously. So this will give the some output of the functions. Now we can pass some argument also in this particular functions. If you pass the argument, you can return the value as well. So in the sequence we have some examples. We have the one we have defined the one functions add, and then pass the values a b, and then return the value a plus b. So here we just call the result equal to add 12 plus 3. So add function has been called, and we will move from here to this place where the add function has been defined, and then it will add up and then return the value. It will come here and then print the output. So basically this is some program, and it will calculate the sum of the value 12, 30. And simply thing is that we have some pass the argument and the uh, pass the value from this add function with the help of add function, and we'll get the output from this function, and we'll print it out. So generally in the Python function argument, we can call the function through the three types of arguments. We have the default arguments, keywords arguments, variable length arguments, simple functions, and what are the so this is the another example of the function defined HF. So HF is calling here, and it will show the in the HF function only the hello world is there, so it will print the right hello world like this. Like this also we have some in this particular defined function hf2 statement of print statements there. If we calling this particular function three times, then three times sw and gh, this value will be printed continuously. Sw this one, sw this one. So this is the, because we are calling this function three continuous times, it will show the output three times continuously. In the add up function here also we are doing this. We can do this thing also, as we have done in this combo combination function concatenate plus value. We can do the plus also. In this particular defined x add functions, we can add up the x or y value in the c, and we can print it out here c. So if you are calling the add function with the argument 5 4, it will pass here and then calculate the value and give the output. So you can also print the value also and add all those things. This is a different way to represent different way to represent in the particular programming. So you can use any of them. All are the same. Just the representation is the different. And you can do all those things in the simple one line also. You can call it and then you can print it, and you can pass the value also here. So it will be directly called for the particular add sub function to calculate the value. It will come here also, and it will print also. So you can do all those things in this one line also, but you have to define the add sub function before it. So this is the simple function, some functions what we have, and what we can do operations in the particular function. These are the simple examples to. Now, if you want to want output in the uppercase, then you can use the dot operator, and you can use it, find out the output in uppercase, and do all those things. Do the concatenate also. You can do the concatenation also in this particular kind of thing. I just skip few lines, few examples, because all are the same, and we don't have so much time to you to see all the examples. So you can do at your own way, because it is a simple one. Okay, suppose we have some argument in which, like the format in this particular line means we have dot format wish hello, and we are passing the argument MRCT college, but this is a different one for the already argument we have in the while defining the hello function. So whatever the argument we are giving in the Python, or whatever argument we are giving to while calling the function, it will show showing like this only. Here only, hi, and then it will format wish hello. So the MRCT will replace wish, and the college will replace the hello. Some keywords arguments also there, like if you want to pass the argument in the different type of value, means if you are passing the value a, b, or c, so it will be print like this, print value a, b, and c. And we are calling the function, three function we are calling, means we are calling the function three times. First function 37, it means the value will be 3 assigned to a. It is not wrong, it is okay, because here we have three arguments with, but we are passing the two argument here, so it is okay. And the two continuous value will assign to the first two variable whatever we are defining in the particular function, and the third value of the variable will automatically print it out, same it is what is defined in the particular function. So 37, it means the value of A will assign 3, and B will replace B value will replace here 7, and C will automatically print at this 10. The output of this function is, if you are print this particular value, the output is A equal to 3, B equal to 7, and C equal to 10. Like this also, if you are calling the function with the value of 25 and C equal to 24, it means 25 value will assign to the a first argument, because we are not giving any condition here. So it will automatically assign, by default it is assigned to the a. So the output of this particular function, it will be the a equal to 25. Here we define the c equal to 25, 24. It means it will update the value of the c and the b value is equal to 5. The output will be the a equal to 25, 5, and the 24. If we are not written anything here, c equal like this, so it will 24 will be allotted to the b only. Like this here, we assign the simple 50 equal to 50, a equal to 100, means we already defined both the value, define value of both the variables, and b are by default 5. So it will shows like that only. Otherwise, by default it will start it from here to here. If we are written here 3, 7, 10, then it will automatically assign a, b, and c respectively. So sequences matter, but if you are define the particular value to the variable, then it will shows like this only. This is the another example here. Here we will define the function print name. Okay, and then here we are calling the print name function with the name of name 2. A value has been assigned to name 2, and b value assigned to name 1. So when we are calling this one, calling this particular function, so b a, the value will pass here a, b, and a. It will show b and a are friends. It is concatenate the value strings here, and then it will give the output like this, b and a are friends. Default value what also we have, in which means if you are changing the value, then it will shows the output like this, but the value is the, you are not using, you are not changing the particular value in the defined function. That means it will show same it is in your program. Means here, when you are calling hello function, here in the we are changing the string good morning, so it will change the value of wish, but you will not change the value here. So it will shows like that. So wish your name is good morning name, it will show here. But if you are change the value, then it will shows here good morning and the zeros. So both the value will change here. So it will show the output like this. Means default value means whatever the value is defined in the particular function, it will shows same it is in the in the whole program, if you will not change during the program. Some values in calling functions is also there, some 1, 2, so it will shows the output 3 and 6. We'll do this simple one. Now we move to the variable length argument, next part of these particular slides. Variable argument, in which whatever we have, if you have the if you define particular functions star names, it means whatever the argument you have the argument one. So when you are, just wait a second. So here you can see the hello name, hello name. So when we are calling it, so means all the values whatever we have in the this function, when we call this particular function, means these all the values come here and it will print name whatever we have in the particular this function. This four values there, so we'll print the print this particular program with a different name. So, hello university, hello CSC, hello sir, hello. This kind of thing we can do with the help of star and then argument. This thing is possible. One more example is there. Here we can see if you want to we'll define the area of the circle and the argument is r. If you are calling the area of the circle, then it will calculate. Here it will declare the value of the pi. It is 3.1.4. This is globally declared before the before defining the particular function, and it will return the value pi multiplied by r. It will show. Just a second, just a second. Hello? My voice is clear to you, no? Voice is and the video is clear.
Yes, it is clear. It is
Clear, no? Because some... Okay. So now we are here. We are checking what whatever we define this particular function. It will calculate calculate with the we'll start from the here. Firstly, we are taking the radius of the circle in this with the help of this particular statement, and then we will call the print and call the area of circle r. So it will move from here to this here. It will pass where we define area of circle, and it will calculate the value is defined. We are giving from here whatever the value we are giving 3. So pi cross 3 cross 3, and the return statement will come here and it will print this value. So here what we are doing, we are just firstly we are taking the input from the user, and then we are calling the area of circle, and then area of circle is defined here, and it will run and then give the output with the help of this particular print area of circle r. Same thing we can do in the different in this program also. Here we are defining the calculate function calculate ab. All those calculation we have done with in the different variable total a plus b difference a minus b production a, like this. Now what we are doing is dpqm calculate ab, means we are calling this calculate function for all the variables, and we are moving here. So total will come from the first variable because it is come as per the sequence, and then difference and production division modulation will come all the D, F, P, Q, M respectively, and then we will print the value with the help of print sum f. Then it will print out all the value, all the calculation as per the function and showing here. So assignment is also going on sequentially. This is the another simple program we have in which we are calculating we are taking the values of particular variables and we are calculating as per the function, whatever the function you are defined on, and you can use those functions directly in your program also if you want, because in some programming, in somewhere we continuously need to for particular module. So you just make the particular module, you make this particular function and then calling this function and use it. So it will, what we are doing with the help of those particular function, we can just minimize the size of the particular program also. It is visible also, and it is clear to all also, because what we are doing here, we are calling the biggest function, all the operation has been done here, the value is written here, and we just print it out. That's it. The simple thing is that what we are doing. Simple. This is the biggest number of things. All the programs are we are doing the same thing. The program is learning and write down the biggest number. It will calculate here, calling from here, and then it will come here. The print will be the biggest number will get as an output. This is all these program examples. You can use those example. You can run those example in your PCs, and you can check out your output will be same or not, like this. We can also use some statements, controls, flows, and loops also here. Like we can use the Boolean expression also. It is values. You can just write 5 double equal to 5 means it is true or false. It will use the output also. Type also, as we already told you, what type of data we have. You can just type the value and it will find out the what type, what class, what data is belongs to which class, and greater than, less than, all this operator we are using in this Python also. If statement we are also using, this is the same as it is, we are using the same C. Like this is a value we are declaring here, a variable is declared and a value equal to 3, and we are using the this function. If statement is there, if a is greater than 2, then it will print the value, and if a is if and then later on a value is -1, if a is less than 0, this the output gives according to the if statement. Means if a is greater than, it will print the a is greater. That's it. If a is -1 is less than, it print the a is smaller, and then it will shows this is the only if statement, and then it will come out. Otherwise, if here we are giving a equal to 1, then it will shows done only. It will give the result done only. If a equal to 1 here, it will come into this part, else part. So this is the if else statement, if statement. And if else also is there, like the if statement, we have to write down the else body also. So if the condition is not true, we'll move into the else part, like this. If condition is false, then we move to the else part. Otherwise, we are moving continually if and then move out. So this is the here we are taking the value of a variable. According, if it's true, then we are moving here and we'll print out the value. Otherwise, we are print the value this one. This is a simple if else. If else statement, like others. So if you have many condition in the program, if you have a number of conditions, then you are using if else program. Means like we are when we are grading the students, if it is more than 90, then give them O grade, then A, B, C continuously. So we are using if else statement, taking the value, and then whatever the suitable value it is, it will come into the particular block and then print it out. This is a simple statement we can do. Simple one more program is here. Here we are declaring the value 100. So it will check the value 100. Here it will come. It will come in this particular part. Then it will show the result. 3 minus got a value, execution value, expression value. The value variable value also print here 100, and then at last goodbye also printed after moving out from the loop. So this is the simple loops are there. If I sorry, statements are there. So now we have some loops also. So while loop, for loop, nested loop also. Like the if statement, else if statement, we are giving the while statement also. It will check first the condition, whatever the condition we have. According to the condition, it will move down, run the statement. Otherwise, it will move out from the particular program. like this. Condition is true, is move out to the body, otherwise it will come out and exit the loop like this. If I equal to 1, while condition I is less than equal to 6, so it will move, it will come down, print the value MICT college. How many times it will come? It will print the 5 times, 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 time it will calculate it, and then at the 7th time it will come out, so it will give the output like this. This is its number of examples is are given in this particular site, so you can check all this example. You can do run all those example in the Python, and you can check, yes, all are working or not. So this is a simple C programming is there, yes, but you can use this in the Python also. So all the programs, see, some syntax is different, otherwise mostly, see, in the different programming languages, scripting language, the concept is the same. If you know the concept, what you want to do, how this particular thing will execute, then it is easy. In different languages, just is the symbol and the presentation way is different, nothing else. And in the Python, all the symbols and the way of presentation and using those particular modules is so simple to use. So that's why this is nowadays too much popular rather than the other scripting and programming languages. So this is the simple one. We have some number of examples here. You can use run those example and run. The output is also given. This output will get or not. So for loop is also there, so you can use the for loop also, and then you can check the value will come like this or not. If we are giving the list, when this number is the list, it will come into the square bracket, sequence equal to 0, and we'll run this particular variables number and check this sequence equal to value is value, so it will square the number 1 4 16 like this, and it will print it out here. For loop is run from numbers from starting to how many numbers you have, whatever numbers you have, it will come from 1 0 to 6 or 0 to 5 or 1 to 6 like this, everything. So this is all about the you can retrieve the data from the list also. This is the list we are giving here. We already told you about that. In the list we are giving the data in the codes, and all are separated by the commas and comes into the square bracket, and we'll define the value, and we will call the value from the particular list, and we'll print in for loop also and while loop also. So it will give the result like this only. College I item to every time I will be increased, and they will print the value of the from the first character to the last one. You can also there particular in the particular loop where continues there, we'll move back and then run this particular lines of codes of the program. We will not move down or neither will move out. So this is the basic difference between the break statement and the continue statement. We can see one example here. Break is we can see the one example of break and continue. Here you can see we are giving the string in the particular value. So if value is null string, then it will break. So it will print AMRCT. Whenever the space will come, then it will break, it will come out. So and then print the last statement, end statement. Means whenever we find the break statement will come out the loop and then exit. And if in the continue statement you can see here, you can continue, and you can miss this particular if value. Here you can see for variable in string value equal to I continue print val. So whenever you can find the I, it will continue, it will not print the value because print is here, so it will not print the I, and it will move up and then check print all those ing values. Means st I will not print and ng. So this is the basic difference between the this is the basic difference between the break and continue. So Ako, within the limited time, I just tell you some, I give some introduction about the Python of first 2 unit, basic first 2 unit. Means this is all about the Python programming lectures, and within the 3 4 lectures I will wind up all this programming, but we have limited time. So as per the time, I just finish all those things here. So that's all from my side about the basics of some Python programming. You can use those fundamental kind of thing at your PCs and laptop and execute all the programs. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Neeraj. Now I would like to call Ruby ma'am. Ruby ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please propose vote of thanks to Dr. Neeraj.
Okay, sir. I would like to extend my vote of thanks. It was very insightful and mindful session on the introduction to Python programming, and which started with introduction of data, the expressions, the statements, and with the installation of the Python. Then two major Python versions that Sir taught us. It is Python 2 and Python 3. Then he also extended it to the Python programming, that is finding an interpreter and writing the first programming by giving the difference between scripting language and programming language, and why to use Python. He gave us 9 points, like Python as an object oriented, and it is portable, it is straightforward syntax. So, which was further carried on by how to work with Python and the Python code execution and running the Python in an interactive mode. So, which was further exemplified on the variables, on the expressions, that is the identifiers, literals, and operators. Then it was further exemplified. He exemplified on various aspects of functions and the flow of execution, its uses, and also he introduced us to the variable argument, default argument, keyword arguments, and uh, and we were also enlightened with the interacting over dictionary concept and the loops, that is while loop, if loop, for loop, and a lot on this. Then C programming, it can also be it can also be used with the Python with a similar concept. So in the last, he told us that is the break and the continued statement. So so we were enlightened with a lot of I would say lot of concepts on various things of Python that we are new to. So I would like to thank Dr. Neeraj for presenting and for teaching us his valuable insights into the Python programming. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruby ma'am, for a detailed vote of thanks. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And it's now lunch time. We will meet at 1:30. Okay. Thank you, participant. Please mark the attendance, and we will meet at 1:30, sir. Okay. There is a lecture again. Dr. Manu Pratap Singh will take the lecture. Okay. So we will meet at 1:30. Have a good lunch. Please mark the attendance. If you haven't marked, please mark the attendance, because I'm not going to share the link in a Telegram group. Okay, I will share the link here only and on YouTube. Please mark the attendance, morning session attendance, as I'm going to close it. Okay, because session is already over. If you haven't marked, then mark within 10 minutes. Thank you.